Hey everyone, I'm Sebastian from Cinemaking Reviews. We're going to do something completely different for today. I've wanted to do a podcast for years. I've always thought about several ways of pulling it off, but never actually had the resources to make it happen. Today, we used what minimal resources we had to try a little something of a test drive, which we're going to be calling News from the Wasteland.
Preview. Preview.
This is a new show in which me and several others will be talking and geeking out about anything related to pop culture. Movies, TV, anime, video games. If there's something to talk about, we here at Cinematic Reviews are here to talk about it. Now, for this pilot, I invited my friends Emmanuel and Hex to join me as we talk about the safest, most non controversial topic on the internet, Star Wars. Unfortunately, a huge chunk of that conversation was lost due to poor streaming conditions. Thankfully, the rest of the show has been salvaged and is now available for all of you to listen and enjoy. So sit back, relax, and let us know what you think about the show in the comments. Enjoy. I'm excited to see. I can't wait to see more, but let's see what happens. I'm hoping for the best. So,
Yeah.
what we're so now that we talked about Obi-Wan, let's go ahead and Hex. I believe you have this information popped in. Okay, so she muted herself, trying to. She's trying to get her Wi-Fi issues fixed up. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna talk about the newly announced information that we got from Star. I believe it was Star Wars Celebration at Disney
Yep.
World.
No, it was. I think it was in Anaheim, in California, right?
No, Disneyland. So that will be Disneyland. Got it. And
I don't know it.
Yeah, it was in Anaheim, California. Where we got a whole bunch of different announcements. So what we're going to talk about right now is going to be all the new shows and the announcements of certain shows that were already in development. Which one do you guys want to talk about first?
What we have Andor to choose from. What else do we have? Give me a second. I'm pulling up the list.
We got Andor. We got the Ahsoka show. Tales of the Jedi. Star Wars
Tales of the Jedi is the one I know you would think me would be more excited for the Ahsoka show. I'm sorry. I want to see what they're going to do with this Tales of the Jedi show now.
Are you just...
I'm sorry. We're probably going to get at least a dozen episodes. Confirmed 9. Because we're getting every story is getting 3 episodes. So
are you just saying that because you're excited to see little baby Ahsoka in it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I say holding my Mandalorian season 2 art book, which has Ahsoka all over the back cover, on top of the 2 art bookmarks that I have for the book that both have feature Ahsoka. I don't know what you're talking about. Or are you talking about the dozen Funko Pops that I have of her? Like, you gotta be more specific.
You filthy little simp.
You're just showing off.
You filthy little simp. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's talk about Ahsoka for now, because this is the one that got the most. We got the most information on because we knew that Ahsoka was going to be big, that there was going to be a whole bunch of stuff happening, but we didn't have a whole lot of information. One suspicion that I had, or rather, one wish that I had, was: are we going to see the cast of Rebels in it?
Well, we knew we were going to, because when they announced the Ahsoka show, they announced that Sabine Wren was going to be in it. You can't have Sabine without the rest of the crew. Now, can ya?
That is true. Sabine was confirmed, but we never got to see any more information than that. And they leaked a screenshot from the trailer that they showed on Star Wars Celebration, and that trailer featured Hera Syndulla on it.
Yeah. Not just that. Look who showed up on stage. Chopper and his,
yes,
criminal self. So we are getting the whole crew.
Oh, including Zeb?
Probably. If he's not off gallivanting with his boyfriend, yeah.
Yes. It's true. Oh my god. But what I want to know is, are we going to see Kanan, and are we going to see him played by Freddie Prinze Jr.?
We're probably not. We're
Yeah.
probably not.
Yeah,
No.
because I had this debate
Do
with my
you know? Wait,
girlfriend.
no, you haven't finished Rebels. Do you know?
Do you know what happens to Kanan in
Do you know
Rebels?
what happens to Kanan? Yeah.
The fact that he dies, yes, I'm
Yeah.
aware.
Okay. Yeah.
They spoiled. Watch Mojo spoiled that for me. Thank you
Okay.
for that.
Yeah. So, like, we're not going to see Kanan. If anything, we'll probably hear Kanan because he is still forcefully connected to Hera, as we saw in Rebels. Like, there is scenes in Rebels where, like, she does get her goodbye. But yeah, no, we're not going to see Kanan.
Yeah.
Homeboy's gone.
Yeah.
At this point.
We might see Ezra played by Aladdin.
Yeah, that's true.
Taylor
Ezra is Canadian. So.
Oh my god.
Not just that, but he's like homeboy because he's from the same city I'm from.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
It is cool. Fun fact, Kanan, who's played by Freddie Prinze Jr., he's Puerto Rican as well. So he's the second he was the second Puerto Rican to have an important role in Star Wars before DJ, played by Benicio del Toro in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was having that debate with my girlfriend. It's like, is Kanan black or not?
No, Kanan is a very pale boy.
Yeah, that's why I thought, like, could he play him in here? And if so,
no.
Would it make sense? It would not make sense.
It wouldn't make sense. You'll have to find somebody who can do Kanan's voice.
Damn, it's gonna suck because I know for a fact if they tried to get the seventh sister, they would try very hard to get Buffy to play her.
Yeah. Also, but the one I'm most excited about was who's gonna. Well, they already confirmed who's gonna play Grand Admiral Thrawn, the same guy who voiced him in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is yeah.
But here's the thing: you can't have Thrawn without Ezra. Like they basically confirmed Ezra when they said Thrawn was going to be in it.
Yeah, because they both got.
They got yeeted. Let's not spoil it for him, but the two got yeeted.
Yeah.
Like, pretty hard got yeeted.
Ouch.
That's true. So yeah.
So.
But it's the closest thing we'll ever get to the heir to the Empire, as I would say. This is the closest thing we'll get to heir to the Empire. If you don't know what that is, it's the famous book that started the expanded universe in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we might see Thrawn. We might see him basically gathering for the whatever remains of the Empire, because that would make sense. He's the only one that has the intelligence to bring this all together, because he's a master strategist.
Pretty much, but what I'm curious about as well, apart from Thrawn, is whether or not we'll see any of the other Mandalorians that appeared in the Mandalorian show. Like, are we going to get to see Bo-Katan make a comeback?
Oh,
Katan and like Bo and Ahsoka don't have a whole lot of history past season 7 of Clone Wars. Like, genuinely, the two know of each other, but beforehand, Ahsoka doesn't spend a whole lot of time around Bo-Katan. If anything, she actively works against her. And so I can't imagine the two are going to be on the greatest speaking terms. So...
Oof, that's gonna be
awkward.
That's gonna be messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awkward. Yeah, but wait, have they announced anything more about Ahsoka?
So far as I'm aware, they haven't really announced that much. What I know for a fact is it's going to be revolving around the same time as The Mandalorian. But that's all I know, timeline-wise, as to where the show is going to be centered from. I don't know much about what else will be happening.
So, Emma, do you think we're going to see Jalen? He doesn't know who Jalen is. Do you think we're gonna see Jalen, like a grown-up Jalen? I hope we see grown-up Jalen.
Galen, you mean Galen? Wait, you mean Galen Erso?
No.
You have to be very specific. All right,
Jason.
What?
I'm so sorry, Seb. Hera and Kanan's child.
Oh God!
God damn it, Emmanuel, you're an idiot.
I'm rewatching the show. I'm rewatching the show. Okay, I'm sorry that I don't remember. I don't have like a back to tank in my head or a holocron to tell me who Galen is.
What would a Bacta tank in your head do with memory?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. My brain is scrambling for information when you said the name.
I came into this with notes. What were you doing beforehand? We had time to prepare.
This guy is never prepared for anything. In fact, none of my friends are ever prepared for anything.
I'm improv. I'm improvisation, okay? I'm an improv guy.
No, I'm a techie. I gotta have notes.
Exactly.
Give me them notes.
This is why I do not improvise on my videos, Emmanuel. This is why I always have a script.
Oh
my God. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot of information that was announced aside from the casting announcement, but I'm very excited to see more of this, and I'm very happy to see Ahsoka come back, played by Rosario Dawson, who's like the best casting decision I've seen for a live-action Ahsoka ever.
Yes.
Like, there really was no better choice that they could have gone with.
Yeah.
And,
you have to thank the internet for that, for doing a fan art of Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka that Dave Filoni saw it and thought, oh, I wonder if she's available. Yeah. And then magic happened, and the rest is history. Anyway, all right, so we already got Ahsoka covered, so we are going to talk about The Mandalorian next?
Not really, because there's really nothing to say about The Mandalorian except for the fact that Season 3 comes out next year. What I'm more excited about is Andor, because Cassian Andor was one of my favorite characters from Rogue One, and I really, really wanted to see more about him, but when he died at the end, I thought, oh God, there goes whatever story we were ever going to have with him. But we're getting a prequel with him, so we're going to get to see how far into this fight did he go, considering that he said that he's been in it since he was 6 years old. And that trailer pretty much confirmed that he was just a small, little Guatemalan kid, or Colombian. I don't know. Is Diego Luna Guatemalan or
Mexican.
Colombian?
He's Mexican.
He's Mexican?
Yeah, he's Mexican. Wait.
Okay, no wonder he sounded like somebody I spoke in on my last job.
Yeah, but yeah,
I didn't come as prepared as I thought. I forgot to grab the art book for that movie for Rogue One.
Oh my goodness! So I really, really wanted to see more about him and the rest of the cast, but him specifically is one I thought had the most. Like, he had prime real estate for his own series, and I'm very happy that Disney and Star Wars understood this, and they gave him his own prequel series. I'm just 12 episodes. Yeah. We're getting 12 episodes, which is more than yes.
Oh, I'm just hoping they don't fuck up with his story the same way they fucked up Finn's boyfriend. What's his name? Poe. I'm really hoping they don't mess up his story the same way they messed up Poe's story. Because they changed it from what it was in the comics, and the comics was great, and then they changed him into a smuggler. I'm like, why? Why would you do that?
Wait, Poe is a smuggler?
Yeah, well, in the Last Jedi, no, second movie. In the second movie, they confirm what he is.
That he was a smuggler, even though in the comics,
he was a spice smuggler, is what he was, and that's how he got into the Rebels.
Yeah, hold on. I think that was in Rise of Skywalker, though, wasn't it?
Okay, then it was Rise of Skywalker. I know what happens, I just don't remember what movie.
Oh God! So let's try not to get into the Rise of Skywalker, because if we do, we're gonna be here forever.
I don't want to talk about.
I'm just hoping they don't do that. Like, they don't go that kind of route. I'm just like, let's have something a little bit more fun.
Yeah,
I agree.
We've had enough smugglers. Give me something else.
Exactly.
No.
Like they tried to turn him into Han Solo, and it wasn't Han Solo. But Cassian is not Han Solo. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say that he's not like any other character that we've seen so far in the Legacy. At best, maybe you can say that he's something akin to maybe Captain Rex, where he's a soldier, but he also has his own. He's also got his own personality and his own agenda. But that's putting a huge stretch.
Do we know when that series is taking place? Because I just realized something.
Yeah, I know that. It's 5 years before the events of Rogue One, and also the fact that this show is more described as a spy thriller, which means we get to see more of the Empire. I hope to see more of the Empire, or hey, the Empire's own version of the CIA, like their own intelligence unit. Like, imagine
I'm just gonna throw this out there. If it's 5 years beforehand, we have it's completely possible that Hera is gonna show up.
Oh my god, please.
Because, like, the two of them know each other.
They do. She was in the final battle. Well, in the final battle in Scarif, I mean.
And yeah.
Like, she was there on Scarif. She was there on the base when he left. So, General Syndulla was on that base. It is entirely possible that the two of them are going to team up in some way because she's a master pilot.
Let's make
Who else could get you into a base? Who could be your spy pilot other than?
Yeah.
So I think it would be a fun way of enticing people to watch the Ahsoka show who do not know who Hera is, because I think Endor is coming out before Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, it's coming out this year.
Yeah.
I'm mistaken.
So it makes sense to have a character who's going to appear in Ahsoka appear in Endor as being like, hey, if you didn't watch Rebels, here's this character you're going to meet later on.
Yeah, and it's coming in August, and I mean, hopefully, I hope we see more scenes of Endor, because him shooting this informant in Rogue One this is not the first time he's done some nasty stuff. Like he had to compromise a lot.
But I'm aware that he probably had to compromise a lot. I'm just curious as to whether or not he's gonna pull some dark shit in this version.
Or can we? This is me just wishful thinking, but is it possible we might see Tarkin in this? Because it would make sense if Tarkin would appear.
I mean, it would, but then you remember people were bitching and moaning about him being brought back to life using CGI, but they didn't say a damn thing about other characters being brought back with CGI.
Yeah.
It's different when you're bringing a character back versus like bringing a person back, but still, it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
It's weird. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. But then again, deepfake technology has come along.
I don't think they should do Tarkin. I think they should do somebody else. Like, they have so many options at this point. Pick another and go.
Yeah. Who do you have in mind?
Great. Tarkin is overworked.
Yeah. So who else is like the big head of the Empire besides Tarkin? The Emperor? No, we already seen Palpatine enough.
I'm going to assume Director Krennic.
I don't have a problem with that. I love Krennic.
So, but if I'm not mistaken, we're probably going to be seeing other different characters in this. So we're probably going to see other Imperials working in this profession besides him.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say who really will be appearing in here. But that first teaser gave me a lot to think about. Especially considering where he comes from. Because did they ever confirm where Cassian was from?
I don't know for sure, but we do see more of Mon Mothma. We see.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Why is Mon Mothma young and attractive in this version?
She's a senator. She's supposed to be younger.
Okay, but why did they make her look like... But am I the only one who thinks that they're kind of making her sort of waifu-esque in this for some reason?
Did they not do that with like every other character? Realistically.
I don't know for sure, but maybe it's the
actor.
mean, heck, this is the same actor that she played. She played this character since Revenge of the Sith in a deleted scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she has aged a day.
Holy shit! So it's the same actor. Damn, she really hasn't aged a day.
No,
Nope.
she's an elf. No, she's an elf. She's Arwen or Lady Galadriel.
Probably. She's not gonna get that reference because she hasn't read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh man, you're not you two. Oh, this generation. Damn it.
Okay.
Just all right. I'm not gonna say anything else. Just when you have the time, watch the movie.
Did you literally just say this generation, homeboy? I think I'm older than you.
She is, dude. She's actually.
Don't this generation me.
Actually, hold
Oh,
on. How old are you? How old were you again, Hex? By any chance?
I'm 23. I'll be 24 this year.
I'm 30.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I'm friends with a lot of old people.
Aren't you old?
I'm 20.
Yes. Yeah, he's close. He's that near to getting to the 3-0.
I'm close to saying.
Sorry, I'm busy trying to find what Andor's planet is because I'm pretty sure they say it in here.
If I recall correct, I wouldn't be able to know. All I know is I'm very excited for this because it's probably the show that I'm more excited than. Also, I'm seeing a creepy Vanellope Boba Fett cosplayer. I do not like it. I want this to stop. I do not like Vanellope. I do not like Wreck-It Ralph. Why are you showing me this
Anyways.
TikTok?
So we have the Andor one, because I don't think we got any more to talk about Andor. We have the Skeleton Crew and Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah,
The other two shows.
Yeah, Skeleton Crew. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the what was it, a show or movie that John Watts is working on?
Yeah, it's a show that John Watts is working that is described as, well, Star Wars meets an Amblin movie. A bunch of kids who find a ship and they go on an adventure after being lost.
Okay, I'm sorry, but if I have to hear another X is like ET or Emblem or anything like that, I'm gonna turn to the Joker. I don't know what the hell he's trying to say from this, but to me, this feels like, hey, remember these movies and how nostalgic they made you feel? We're gonna try to do that, only to have people bitching and moaning about them trying to be nostalgic again.
Hey, it's nothing wrong if you like an Amblin movie.
An Amblin movie would be revolving on something like, say, E.T. or pretty much any Steven Spielberg movie, that because see, Amblin is a Steven Spielberg film. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, basically, Gremlins or anything that Amblin ever produced.
Yeah. So what the hell are they trying to say with this? Like,
Maybe
to me, it just sounds like they're trying to give people an idea of what this movie is, without actually telling them what this movie, or what this show is going to be. And that, to me, is a sign that they have no fucking clue what the show is about.
or it's more like they're trying to get into the Stranger Things crowd.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But even then, like, if you're gonna go with the Stranger Things mentality there's ways of doing this without sounding like you're trying to pander to a weird audience that looks like they're desperate for something of remember the good old days, and that's just like, get out of here with that. Remember the good old days. But I'm not gonna say I'm not excited for this. I'm happy to see what they have in store for this. But at least the way that they're describing it, I like, give me some meat in this bone that you're giving me, and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So that leaves us with, if I'm not mistaken, that leaves us with the Tales of the Jedi,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is the
Tales.
show that I'm also excited to see, because it's another anthology series in the same style as Clone Wars or The Bad Batch. And by the way, Hex,
No
they
more. Wait. I think you're talking about Visions. Visions isn't
No.
on.
No,
Visions is an anime, dude.
But it's just
Visions is anime. This is in the style of Clone Wars and The Bad Batch, and it is really
No. I'm sorry.
and
Sorry.
it's
Yeah.
telling
Yeah.
of stories that we did not get to see.
Exactly. It's another anthology series. And by the way, Hex,
Yeah.
they leaked the trailer on TikTok.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They leaked the trailer on TikTok.
Homeboy, I sent it
You
Wait.
what?
to you on TikTok.
You're shitting me.
I sent it to you.
Wait, hold on. Let me see this.
I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing it right now.
Check your messages.
Share it to me.
I'm sending it to you in just a second, dude. Hold on. How the hell did I not notice this?
I am so sorry to everybody's ears. As he slowly loses his mind.
Oh my
But yeah,
God.
no, I sent that to you hours ago.
Wait, what? I need to see it. I'm at TikTok right now, and I can't see the trailer.
I sent it to you, dude. Check out your DMs. Oh my God, I'm seeing oh my goodness, is that young Count Dooku? It's young Dooku. Oh my God, it's young Dooku.
It is young Dooku.
Oh my God. Oh my God, they just shot. Oh God, what is happening?
We get young Duke. It is wonderful.
Oh my God, this is so good. And it's coming this fall as well.
Yep.
But,
Yeah.
oh my God. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about this. So this is going to be an anthology series, very similar to Star Wars Vision, minus the waifu factor of it being an anime. So we're going to be seeing a whole bunch of different characters having their own stories, which I'm excited for because I love anthology series. If I'm not mistaken, are we going to get to see? We're also going to get to see Qui-Gon Jinn reprised by Liam Neeson, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So okay, so not to take the conversation away from Tales of the Jedi, but I strongly suspect with this announcement that Liam Neeson will cameo in the Obi-Wan show. I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm just saying it could.
It has to happen. I mean, they saw there's the recap showed it when Yoda told Obi-Wan how to commune with it. I would teach you. So that has to happen. Yeah.
But I think we're only going to get him over, like, he's not going to physically appear, it's just going to be his voice. Because they never, I don't remember if that Urk was actually in it. So Disney, prior to the release of the Obi-Wan show, set out a list of everything you should watch prior to the show dropping. And one of the things was the arc, where they go meet the father, the daughter, and the brother.
Yeah.
Where we get to see how powerful the Force is there, and we see Qui-Gon's ghost. That is one of the arcs that was told, you gotta go watch this.
Oh boy.
So they set it up of, Obi-Wan's going to communicate with his master, and it's going to not go well.
Let's go. I just want to imagine, Chosen One. Really hit the nail on the head there, Master.
Yeah. Also, have you trained the boy? Oh, I did train the boy, all right. Only you didn't tell me how much of a pain in the ass this was gonna be. Also, I told you he was too old for this.
Just an old man argument between the two of them would be hilarious.
Yeah, but his excuse would be, "It is as the Force is as the Force wills it. Force wills it, my ass."
Exactly. Like, I just want him to go full train spotting on Qui-Gon and just curse him out while he's talking.
Yeah, in a Scottish. Imagine him going in a Scottish accent, like,
I can't see that happening. Obi-Wan holds Qui-Gon in too high of a reverence to physically go after him like that. Like, we're not going to get a fist fight. We're going to get an argument, though.
I'm expecting an argument, and I'm hoping for that as well.
Yeah.
But what I really want to see more than anything is I really want to see Obi-Wan and Anakin have that confrontation, but as Obi-Wan and Anakin, not Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. I want to see that happen.
So you want to see him without the armor?
No, I want to see. Anakin. Like, he's gone. Like, he has the armor. That's not going to change. But I want to see Anakin talking to Obi-Wan. And I do not want, like, I want to see him and Vader as well, but I want to see Anakin specifically, because I see Anakin and Darth Vader as two separate characters in the same body.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also have James Earl Jones' voice, because I just know I don't know if I can handle Hayden Christensen's voice coming out of the mask.
We're not going to see that, dude. We're not. Although, I don't expect James Earl Jones, because it's very likely, given his age, that they're probably going to get the guy who voiced Darth Vader in Jedi Fallen Order instead, because James Earl Jones is close to 100 at this point.
Wait, how old is he? What, 94?
Do you really want me to look it up and risk getting you scared for his life?
No,
You should be scared for everybody's life, like constantly, all the time.
He's 91. He's 91.
He's 90. Well, he can still do it. It's just not that hard. He just has to be in a booth. Well, hey, he can be in his bathroom and he can do the voice that easily.
Oh man, you are in denial, pal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already worried for John Williams conducting an orchestra, only to find out. Wait, is he wearing a mask? Oh no, he's not wearing a mask.
Anyways, so
Yes.
we have Tales of the Jedi coming up, which I'm so freaking excited for the show. We get baby Ahsoka, and then we get Anakin training Ahsoka and how she develops her style with the double lightsabers, and then we get how she gets her white sabers, and I am so.
Oh my god. Am I the only one who's also kind of... Okay, so this is probably just a speculation thing, but does anyone remember that old interview where Dave Filoni said that he originally wanted Anakin and Ahsoka to be romantically involved?
No.
Yeah, because I don't remember where I read that from, but I swear I remember reading somewhere that he really wanted these two to be a thing, but couldn't make it happen because of the fact that Anakin and Padme are already endgame.
And they're married. So wait, you gotta have to find me that article somewhere.
I don't know if I could be misremembering. I admit I could be misremembering because it was so long ago. But I remember reading something about that years ago where he said something like that, and it kind of made me wonder: what if they try to do that sort of weird, creepy-ass mentor and intern relationship where Ahsoka basically looks at her master in a completely different way. I hope to Christ this does not happen.
Given what they showed, it looks like what they're gonna go with is truly like he doesn't know how to train somebody like outright, and so he's gonna push and just push her, because we see Ahsoka go from okay, she's a good fighter to okay, she's a fighter really quickly, and we don't get context for it. Now we're gonna get context of why she's so good at certain things and why whenever it came down to a fight, she was like she could hold her own at like 14.
Yeah, and also the fact that I always saw their relationship more like brother and sister. I mean, Ahsoka even called Anakin like an older brother. And yeah, although
no, I love the idea that Anakin and Obi-Wan are her dads, and she's being raised by the two of them.
I love that idea as well.
Oh, I always thought, well, isn't it like what's this Jedi name? Plo Koon? Is that his name right? Did I say his name right?
Yeah,
Plo Koon.
Like, is Plo Koon like also like
very... Oh yeah, no, she absolutely looks up to him, but it's because he was the one who found her at the beginning, which we are going to get because we're getting Ahsoka's being taken to the Jedi Temple. So that means we are going to get Plo Koon and Baby Ahsoka in one of those episodes. I'm so freaking excited to see that.
Let's fucking go.
Honestly, the only thing I'm excited about Tales of the Jedi is seeing Qui-Gon and Count Dooku, because they are master and apprentice. I like to see more how Count Dooku was as a Jedi.
I mean, I'm
Like,
excited to see. I'm excited to see how Dooku essentially found himself going into that deep end and being seduced by the dark side.
yeah, and also the fact that he's a count. Yeah, but
Well, yeah,
I
the
forgot.
Count is a family title because he's a Count, but it's also we're gonna see the split off of the Republic and the Separatists.
Oh my god,
That's what we're gonna see. Did you not notice that those were the Separatist droids behind him in
Yeah.
that one clip? Rewatch it. He's got Separatist droids. He's already considering himself like I'm not a Jedi. I'm not in the Republic. I am a Separatist.
Yeah, he already. He told Obi-Wan in Attack of the Clones that he already knew the corruption in the Senate, and he already knew the truth that about Palpatine being the Sith Lord, the puppet string, everything. So in other words, he's like the one who kind of knew the whole thing happening and thought, well, I gotta have to basically separate from the Republic because the Republic is gone. It's no longer the same thing it was for 1,000 years. Yeah, or hey, and also it could be possible that what has been confirmed so far from Tales of the Jedi that we see Qui-Gon, Count Dooku, and Ahsoka. Did they also mention anything else?
There's a third story. We have 3 confirmed stories. I just can't remember the third one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully, Old Republic, but Sebastian will
nope. We are getting a High Republic kids show, so that will be completely separate.
Yes.
But it's going to be a High Republic kid show in the same way that Clone Wars was a kid show, so expect them to not take hits.
I mean, it's still on Disney Junior, though. Can you really expect them to take that many hits?
Yeah, it's like
that can always change.
That is true.
Maybe. Who knows? All right, so we already done with Tales of the Jedi?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the only other thing that there is to talk about is Star Wars Vision Season 2 or Volume 2, because they're treating this the same way Netflix handles anime. In other words, it's one season, but we're gonna split it up into 2 course, and we're gonna call it Season 1 and then Season 2, even though it's still just one season.
Yeah. So anyway, what can you say about Visions? I mean, they can go whatever they want because Vision is just like a pot of all right, whatever you can think of, just throw it in the pot. Just throw whatever you want, and we just mix it up, and then boom, we got an episode.
I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for whatever new stuff we're gonna get with this. I'm excited just for the possibility that we're probably gonna get to see different animation studios involved here as well, because we already got to see Trigger doing their Trigger magic, and I think if I recall correctly, I think my favorite one was the one with the twins, because it's a case where both of them are equally hot. It doesn't matter which one's the boy, which one's the girl. Everyone loves everybody, and that makes everybody gay.
Yeah. So you mean the one that is from the same studio who did Promare?
Yes, and you can smell their fingerprints all over the animation.
Yeah. Or heck, and also which studio? I hope that which studio can make an episode.
Wait, which studio worked on an episode? Which one?
No. It's just me hoping that they do one.
Oh,
I don't know if they. Yeah, I hope they do one because after seeing Vinland Saga, I hope they can do at least one because they're pretty good.
I mean, they did Attack on Titan before they got replaced by Mappa. So, Mappa should also do an episode.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, heck, why don't we just do an episode focused solely on the Sith? That's the one thing that in this Star Wars era that we barely see, or explore, like the lore of the Sith.
I mean, we technically got that with the twins, and we got something similar to that with the one with the Jedi Ronin or whatever the hell that was.
Oh yeah, but that was like a different version of the Sith, like not the same Sith that we know, but that's more like that universe's version of a Sith.
I wouldn't know. What do you think, Hex?
So I haven't finished Visions. I'm just kind of keeping quiet and hoping that didn't come up.
Hey, I figured that was the case. That's why I signaled you out.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't entirely know what you're talking about. It's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just that I have other things going on and other shows to watch.
Yeah, I can tell, but trust me, it's not one you need to rush it.
I've seen the first maybe 2 episodes. Like I really enjoyed it. There are other things that draw my attention more.
I'm sure, like, you don't need to rush to see it because the show is so, because it's an anthology and it's all. I don't know if any of this is canon. I doubt
No,
any of it is canon.
No, it's not. None of those are canon. They just said that to the animation studios, just think of whatever you can think of. Don't worry about canon because this is basically not canon.
That's what I thought. All I can say is this: I didn't think Star Wars with waifus would ever work. It does, and we can all thank God for that.
Yeah.
Was Jin Erso not a waifu enough for you, my dude?
Oh, she was. She and Ray were both waifu enough for me, but unfortunately, they were 2D and not 3. They were 3D and not 2D. So there's a little bit of a disconnect there.
Yeah. So it's not gonna do for you if it's not 2D or it's not animated.
It's a bit of like when it comes to live action, very few live action women do I honestly find myself going crazy over. Like I'll go crazy for Wanda Maximoff. I'll go crazy for fuck, I don't know. I see. I can't really think of any, but Ray was the exception. Like Ray was like, oh my god, Star Wars is bringing me back with waifus, and now I'm excited. But when I saw Jyn Erso, I was like, yes, I like where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Then Star Wars Visions happened, and we have an entire episode revolving around two twins, both of which are equally attractive, but they're both brother and sister. And then we get the bride, which you see, which if you know the episode, you know why they tried to submit this for an Academy Award nomination, but it didn't get one. And the less I say about the other episodes, the better. And we also have a bunny Jedi who's hot as hell. I'm not going to say anything more out of that. All I can say is this show knew exactly who its audience was.
Yeah.
And it knew how to cater to them. But that's all I can say about Visions. I think that's pretty much it. I think we can wrap this up by talking about the newly announced Jedi Survivor, which is
They just announced a Yoda comic. We get to see more.
I
We're
don't
gonna
care.
see.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're also gonna see Yoda's predecessor, like the other one of his species. We're getting an episode in that Jedi Tales about her.
Oh,
She's
really?
the other one. That's what it's about. It's like her era during so it's gonna be about 300 years prior.
Interesting.
Ooh, interesting. So we might see more of Yoda's species if they all speak in riddles.
Or we're gonna see a younger Yoda.
Yeah.
Fucked up you did.
Yeah. Oh, basically what? Getting intimate with Yaddle?
Yeah, we're getting Yaddle.
Yeah.
Listen, Yaddle, I'm gonna need to borrow your car. In the Shepherdess, I just saw it downstairs. Insurance. I love Robot Chicken. Okay, so alright, let's go ahead and wrap this up here. We have to talk about the game that I was probably not expecting to see any announcement for this year. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Oh my goodness, we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
So, as everyone already knows, well, as some people already know, I was not looking forward to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Everybody knows how I feel about EA. They know I despise EA with a burning passion. They know how I feel about their politics, their practices, and everything that they do. I think they're disgusting, and I still do. That has not changed just because the first one was a good game. But I thought that this was going to be a monumental disaster, the same way that Star Wars Battlefront 2 was with its terrible monetization practices. And I was swearing this off. I did not want them to do this a second time. But seeing how they were doing this and the production and all the trailers and the fact that it was going to be single player, they thought, no, they're trying to trick me again because they did that in the past. They're trying to make it look like, oh, no, it's single player, there's no microtransactions, you unlock everything in the game, you don't need to worry about buying anything after you buy the game, everything you want, it's in the game, you don't need to purchase anything else. It's like, I don't believe that for a second. But then the reviews started to come in, and it became one of the highest rated Star Wars games ever. And I was like, oh my god, it really is living up to it. So I purchased the game on day one, and oh my god, it became my favorite Star Wars game next to Star Wars Jedi Outcast. Like, it single-handedly pushed Jedi Outcast to the number 2 spot. Like, I don't know how that's possible, but it found a way. Like, how familiar are you guys with Jedi Fallen Order in terms of its story?
Again, I've right, because you had us muted during this. I've seen the first 3 hours of gameplay via somebody's Let's Play and have yet to finish that. So I know he meets BD1.
Okay,
that's about as far as I got.
Okay, so then you know about BD1, but that's pretty much all you know.
Listen. The only thing I care about is that they're making a BD1 Lego set, and I want it.
You and me both. I want that so badly.
Yeah, for me, it's complicated because I first bought it on the Xbox right until the part where my Xbox died and I couldn't even finish it. The part I was in Kashyyyk, and I had to buy it on the next console so I could finish it. But yeah, I love the game, I love the story, and I'm very excited where this is gonna go. And hopefully they'll take it easy on the combat, because even though it's what everybody loves, it's just, I'm not the biggest Dark Souls fan. Okay, it's just not for me.
Dude, give this game some credit. They did what everyone says Dark Souls shouldn't do, and they gave it a difficulty setting.
Well, they did it. At least they did. At least they did.
I mean, unless you're like me, who, because I'm such a big Dark Souls MLG, I fucking put it at the highest difficulty possible, and I beat the game at 100%.
Because you're a masochist.
No, because I know how to play the game.
Right.
Shots.
Yes. So, I'm honestly thinking about doing like a Let's Play of Jedi Fallen Order on PC, because I have it on my PC.
Oh, it's on PC?
Yeah, it's on PC, and the visuals look amazing.
Listen, if it ain't on Switch, I don't have it, so...
Well, is it gonna come on Switch? I think they're planning on it.
I seriously doubt they're gonna get that game running on Switch. That game requires such high-level precision that the Switch and its low tech will never be able to manage, even with all the compromises that they make.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have the higher tech version of it now, so...
Yeah, but like, if you played the game, let's talk about the game itself. Like, for those of you who haven't played the first game, it is a Soulsborne-like game where you play as Cal Kestis, a Jedi Padawan who survived Order 66, barely from the skin of his teeth, watching his master die right in front of him, and after several years, he has taken on odd jobs trying to distance himself from the Empire and trying to live a normal life until his past catches up with him and the Inquisitors come after him while he's working as a space junker. And right as he's about to get killed by these Inquisitors and Stormtroopers that go after him, he gets rescued by an unexpected visitor in the form of Sierra Junda, who is another Jedi who ended up disconnecting herself from the Force. And they were able to find him. I don't remember how they were able to find him personally. I think they were following the Inquisitors. But the way after they find him, he goes on his own journey to try to reconnect with the Force, because only by doing so are they going to be able to find the goal for them is trying to uncover a holocron that the Inquisitors have, which if they use this particular holocron, they can find all different sorts of information on Jedi and Force sensitive users that don't even know that they have connections to the Force. And if they use this, they could potentially kill more and more innocent Jedi all over the galaxy.
Yeah, pretty much.
While this is going on, he also has to try to reconnect with the Force and try to come back to try to regain that which he lost, not just with the Force, but also with his faith in himself, because he's still suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder following the death of his master, who, by the way, is a Lasat, just
Yeah, no.
Yes?
It's so nice to see another Lasat.
Yeah, and look him up. Look at his master's name is Gerald Tapal, and he has a double-sided lightsaber, and he also has armor similar to that of Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars. It looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! So, we see him going through this journey. The combat is incredible, very airtight, very beautiful, very just so good. It's chef's kiss perfection, and the rest of the game is just one amazing story after the other. We also get to see other characters make appearances in there. Like, of all people, I was very surprised to see Saw Gerrera be reprised by Forrest Whitaker in the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Saw Gerrera. I forgot that he was in the game. Yeah, Saw Gerrera. And
Saw Gerrera is in everything.
Yeah, even in Rebels, even before he had that funny voice in Rogue One.
He had the same voice in Rogue One that he did in Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, only he didn't sound like how do I?
He sounded like Forrest Whitaker. I don't know what you want him to sound like.
But maybe I have to watch that movie again. It's been a while.
Yeah, rewatch it. He sounds literally just like Forrest Whitaker. Also, Hex, I sent a picture of Gerald Tapal. You see it? Yeah, that's what he looks like.
He's a hairless Wookiee.
Basically. He's what Wookiees were supposed to be like until they decided to make him dogs.
No, that's a Clone Wars reference. That's like not Clone Wars, Rebels. That's like episode 1 of the Rebels.
Oh my god.
He's a hairless Wookiee.
Yes. And fun fact, his lightsaber, his double-sided lightsaber, is actually Cal Kestis' lightsaber. But while they were escaping the clones that were trying to kill them, his lightsaber gets split in half, and Gerald Tapal ends up dying. And Kyle is able to use that remaining half of his lightsaber as the lightsaber that he uses throughout the rest of the game. Throughout the game, you get to fix it, and you can even customize it, and even use that same double-sided lightsaber as well. But my favorite part of this game is that you can basically customize it however you want, and you take full advantage of the lightsaber for all that it's worth. You can use it as a fucking flashlight when going through dark caves. Like, you literally hold it, and you walk around and illuminate the area around you.
Yeah,
many Jedi do.
Yes, yeah, but you barely get to do that in any other Star Wars game. Like, this is the first time they ever actually implemented that.
Yeah, or even change the color. Like, I always change it to green.
I mean,
green's so basic.
It is. Green is extremely basic.
Yeah, it's basic, but as somebody who watched Return of the Jedi as a kid, and my first exposure was Luke's green lightsaber, that's all I can think about.
Well, then good. Think of something else. They finally made orange lightsabers canon again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, orange.
I'm personally a huge fan of white and what that signifies.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the white. isn't like the white kind of like the a reference to the Great Jedi concept?
The Great Jedi concept is bullshit, and everyone knows it.
So the white lightsabers are when you take a lightsaber kyber crystal that's been bled and turned red. It's when you repurify it. And you return it to the light side, and so it makes your lightsaber white.
So they fixed it, because I always thought that when they turn red, that means they're bleeding. Like they made the kyber crystals bleed red.
The red kyber crystals are bleeding. They've been bled. That's what you do with them.
Yeah. So when they turn into white lightsabers or white kyber crystal, that means that the Jedi, whoever did that, is fixed. Like they made it like whole again, right?
Yeah, we're gonna see this happen too, because of the Tales episode,
right?
Where Ahsoka does it.
So yeah, let's go back to the game. All right. So now that we saw the teaser happen, right until I was watching episode 2 of Obi-Wan, I had to pause the episode to watch the teaser.
Yes, I was like, guys, you guys see this? Because I have so many questions about this teaser. Like, it is surprisingly vague about what it's showing us. Like, we know that the Grand Inquisitor is in there with his big bulbous head, like in Rebels, and we know that Cal is gonna be in there. But then you see the final shot, which is Cal looking up at a bacta tank with somebody inside of it.
A clone, maybe?
That's the thing. No one really has it. No one seems to know, but everyone has an idea as to who it might be. The most probable answer is that it is Malagos from the first game.
Malagos?
Yes, because if you remember, Malagos had white hair, and this guy, whoever the hell he is, he also kind of appears to have white hair as well.
But I thought that he kind of like went into I guess the center of the Dathomir, because what that Dark Sister did.
That's what I was thinking too. But then there's another thing that other people are suggesting, and it's a stretch, a really gigantic stretch, but some people are suggesting that this may actually be Starkiller.
Starkiller?
Starkiller?
Oh, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope.
I'm not giving you hope. I'm just telling you what they're saying. And I'm going to just say it. It's not him. It cannot be him.
Because Dave Filoni always was suggesting of bringing Starkiller into Rebels as one of the brother of the Inquisitors.
I think that'd be cool.
It would.
I don't think that would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been cool. There was already You can actually look up on the internet. I don't know if it's true.
I want that art book, dude. Don't make me want to spend the $300 on it.
Well, you can find it on the internet too.
Don't tempt her, dude.
Oh God.
She's probably already on Amazon right now.
That was earlier.
Do not go to the dark side of buying expensive stuff.
Oh my goodness.
I already have 2 Star Wars art books. Anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
three Star Wars art books. Sorry.
Don't tell me. You got The Last Jedi, you got The Mandalorian, and The Book of Boba Fett?
One of those is correct.
Oh. The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So, what else do you got? Oh, God.
Rogue One, signed by the directing team, and Galaxy's Edge.
Wait, you mean you got signed by Dark Chiang?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she knows a lot of. She's met a lot of people.
Yeah, she even meeting the head of the visual art department in Lucasfilm.
She's a techie. It's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I salute you.
Yeah. He has me here because I'm a special effects artist.
Oh, so you basically are dealing with in the special effects side, like a lot of time and effort of rendering and a lot of. Really? What?
That's
What?
that's visual effects. I do special effects.
So basically, like the special effects of igniting a lightsaber. That type of special effects.
No, keep go bigger,
Bigger.
bigger.
Okay.
Like kaboom bigger.
Kaboom.
Like explosives.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
that type
And
of
pyro.
special effects?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
The girl is a pyromaniac, dude.
I mean, I studied film, but in terms of the special effects, that was not the biggest thing of my film school. You're gonna have to basically elaborate for me what type of special effects you work, Hex.
There's
She-
special effects, and then there's visual effects. Visual effects is anything that is basically done virtually.
Yeah,
Special effects is everything done physically.
practical. You mean?
Yeah, practical effects is called special effects. Visual effects is the virtual stuff.
So basically, you're involved with the practical side,
Yes.
let's say you build the Batman's grappling hook in the new Batman film, where it's just magic.
No, that's the
That's-
props department.
Yeah,
The props-
that's what I was gonna say. That's the props department. Like
Yes, the prop.
I don't work in the industry, and even I knew that.
Yeah, sorry.
What I do is blow up Mando's ship.
Yes.
That's what I do.
So basically, you're the boom girl. Like whenever somebody from on the set is gonna say, "All right, the boom girl is gonna do her thing," quiet on the set, and when they give you the signal, that's when you hit the button, and then boom.
That's a tier 3, but yes.
Okay.
That's a tier
Well,
3 job, but yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Wow. So you're basically involved in a lot of dangerous stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She is dangerous. Like she
Very
is
much so.
dangerous stuff.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be on one of your set, I'm gonna be afraid for your life because being in special effects is not easy and also very dangerous.
Nah, most of what Star Wars does is cold sparks anyways. Couldn't hurt you.
Exactly.
Well, unless you're what was that? What was that incident that happened in the Star Wars set? Oh yeah, where Harrison Ford got his leg, like he was running the set, and was it a door, like one of
Where
the
his leg got crushed by a door.
yeah, it was like so there was the door was malfunctioning and it accidentally hit his foot.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen as much anymore. We've got so many freaking precautions in place.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It really takes, as we've seen recently, things to very, very badly go wrong.
Yeah, I've seen the news, especially what happened with that. I don't want to talk the movie by name, but you probably know the incident.
I do know because I know people who were working on that set that day.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, so you, but that rarely happens, right? Like that doesn't
that's
happen
incredibly rare. That took a lot of everything went wrong for
Like,
that to happen.
because
That doesn't happen much anymore.
because the last thing that happened was in The Crow. And since then, there's like a lot of precautions. Like you can't do this. You can't. You have to really, really check on the bullets, especially if they're blank, or try not to have the bullet have any
There wasn't supposed to be live ammunition on site, and there was because some of the crew members were fucking around with the gun.
And
it was not checked before they handed it to the actor.
Oh, but that usually happens when you're dealing with a low budget film, and you have to basically cut corners.
Not entirely. That happens when you hire people who are not trained properly.
Damn it.
So.
Yeesh. Yeah.
Because a lot of people walked off that set that day. And we're not going back. So, anyways, yeah, Star Wars related. Sparks, booms. I make things blow up.
Yeah. Michael Bay is probably gonna.
Michael Bay makes sure that my industry stays alive. Like why my specific job stays alive is because Star Wars and Michael Bay want to do the big stuff.
Oh, Wait, so so basically you're part of like a dying breed?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I thought no.
When I did my training, when I did my certification training, I was the youngest person there by a considerable margin. I think the next youngest was about 10 years my senior.
Okay. So basically Michael Bay and Star Wars are like the only ones who are keeping the light bulbs on. Is what you're saying.
Not entirely, but yes.
Yeah, you hear that, Sebastian? That's why we need Michael Bay. It's Michael Bay. Love you.
You're telling this to me as if I hate Michael Bay. I'm not this. I'm not Doug fucking Walker. I like Michael Bay.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing Ambulance, yeah, Michael Bay being a film, still making movies is a necessity.
Sir, this has nothing to do with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Someone just got curious about what I do.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
okay, like.
Yeah, I'm actually talking to her like I'm a little kid, and she's a total badass.
I mean, she is a total badass. She's a scary badass, but she's a total badass.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, no problem. You still scare the shit out of me every day.
I try.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
you do that very well.
Uh,
Oh, my goodness. So, alright, back to Jedi Fallen Order, or rather, Jedi Survivor. I really wish there was a lot more to say, but the truth is that trailer was very, very, very small in terms of what it showed, and I honestly think that's for the best. I'm very happy with how minimal it is that it was. Like, it was enough of it was a tease, but it wasn't like a big here, have the cake and eat it too while you're at it. Like, it was
Here is something to encourage your excitement.
what?
That's what the teaser was. That's what they put out. They put out enough of here. Get excited.
Basically, it's basically like old school teasers, which we rarely have like any of those anymore. It's rare to see a teaser that doesn't show you that much, but it's enough to give you excited and to think about something.
That is very true. But what I like as well is they confirmed that apparently the game is going to be tied into the Obi-Wan show to some degree.
Makes sense. They're happening at the same time.
Yeah.
No, makes total sense.
So
Yeah.
that means, by definition, we may possibly see a cameo from Cal Kestis in the Obi-Wan show in live action.
Yes.
It is something I have been clamoring for, which means I will be the only one who had a theory that actually came true. Because it seems like everyone has the stupid little fan fictions, but my ideas always seem to be the ones that tend to happen. Whether it's in Marvel or Star Wars, they usually always come true because they come from a place of logic and not, I want to see Luke be ultimate badass Luke Skywalker from a version of Star Wars that never existed.
Yeah, so basically the Jedi Survivor game happens 10 years post Order 66. That's when Obi-Wan show is happening. So yeah, no, it's 100% likely we're going to have however we end the Obi-Wan show is going to start up the Cal Kestis game.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. And they just announced the next celebration. It's gonna come out. It's gonna happen in April 7th to the 10th next year.
In Europe.
What?
It's gonna happen in Europe.
So basically, hopefully, we'll see more because that game is still has I would say 2 years left to be finished.
It's coming out next year.
Yeah.
This year?
Next year.
Wait, this in the fall, in winter?
No.
2023, dude.
Oh,
next year.
Yeah, next year. Oh, right. Damn it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So basically, the year where all the games are gonna come out. All the games.
The Game Awards for 2023 are going to be wild because 100% it's going to be Jedi Survivor versus Breath of the Wild 2.
You're asking me to choose between two different loves of mine.
Yeah. That and God of War Ragnarok and Star
God of War Ragnarok is going to be left behind by comparison to Breath of the Wild and Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, and that Sonic game. And
Sonic being called good.
yeah, hey, come on, man. I still play the Sonic games, all right? Don't judge.
Which ones?
Mania. I like Mania.
My point exactly.
Hey, come on, man. Don't judge.
I'm not. I'm only saying.
Uh,
Okay, so I think that pretty much wraps this whole thing up. Like I said, there's really not a whole lot that we can say except we can expect a lot of good things in the future from both Star Wars and with Jedi Survivor. But right now, I'm just excited to see what more is going to happen in the future with the Obi-Wan show. I'm excited for Friday because whatever this next episode is going to be, it's going to be fantastic.
Well, no, it's coming on Wednesdays. New episodes are going to come Wednesdays.
Yeah, it was only the intro that was going to be on a Friday. The rest is on Wednesdays.
Oh, shit. All right, then. Yeah. Well, I'm even more excited now. I don't have to wait that long. Well, then, I think with that, we can wrap this up for today. Despite some of the issues that we were having, I actually had to record the majority of this instead of streaming it because there was an issue with the encoding for some reason, and a lot of the recording ended up getting messed up. So I was able to salvage the majority of it, and we were able to record at least a huge chunk of what we talked about. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're gonna be using that for the pilot that this was supposed to be about. I'm gonna do an entirely different intro, but for now, I think we can wrap this up for today. What did you guys think about this? Was this a good idea? Did you guys have fun?
I had fun. This is the first Yeah, this is kind of like the first podcast that I've ever did. Like, I'm basically a newbie here. To be honest, I was quite nervous before doing this.
How do you think I feel? I'm nervous I'm nervous talking just right now because I don't have a script to read. So,
yeah.
And that's why you come with notes.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. That lesson learned, my master. Always be prepared, or in this case, bring notes. Lots of notes.
Yes, listen to the pyro.
Yeah, the pyro who is a badass.
Exactly. Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here and you would like to see more, be sure to like, share the video with your friends, and subscribe for more content. I'd like to give a special shout out to my patrons of honor, Wait in the Wings, Chelsea A Crandall, Abigail Verzella, and Kate from KateCast Reviews. If you'd like to be like these patrons and help support the channel, then check out our Patreon page for bonus content and exclusive rewards, including the chance to request for a show or a movie for us to review in the future. As always, I'm Sebastian from Cinemageddon Reviews signing out, and I'll see you on the Wasteland.